Did you have Huz when you were in elementary school?
No, hell no.
Okay, well, I was about to make a relatable comment. I thought everybody had like one elementary school Huz, but
Yeah, everybody had the one.
yeah. Everybody has the one. This is a universal thing. So the other day, I was looking through my old yearbooks, and I saw a picture of my elementary Huz. And I remember whenever I was in like 3rd grade, I was like, damn, she really stands out from the yearbook. Like, she's like really pretty. And then I looked at her now, and I'm like, she still stands out. Like, she like her parents tried. Like, her parents like did her hair and shit. Like, she was like locked in for picture day. And so you can call me weird for this, but like a normal person, I find her name off the yearbook, and then I open Instagram and I start going through every account with her username until I find one that I think is her. Is that, I mean, like, that's not weird.
Nah. No,
Exactly.
I think I've done that.
Exactly. See, I just need somebody to confirm my biases. So
No, I got you.
I find I find her Instagram, and Van, whenever I tell you, like, you know in Looney Tunes when their eyes turn to hearts, dude, I was locked in.
Auga.
Okay, genuinely, the second I didn't think it was her for a second. And like when she was like really little, she had blonde hair, her hair's more brown now. I did not think it was her. I didn't. She looked completely different, barely the same. But like I was like honka, hubba bubba whenever I saw her fucking Instagram. So I added it, and then I called the one girl in my phone and immediately started asking for advice. What do you think the first thing she would have said was?
Follow her.
I already followed her.
Hit her up then. Slide in. Say something nice.
First thing that I did was completely tear down and rebuild my Instagram profile. Like, she told me, because she's the only female perspective I can get on this, she told me, you're probably not even gonna get a follow back if you don't fix your shit. My profile picture was a picture of me in 8th grade with 2-strand twists. My username was Pimp Boy Evan. So I completely...
But you'll listen to her, but you won't listen to me when I tell you to switch it up.
Okay, well, difference is I had something to lock in for, okay? I didn't have anything to lock in for when you told me. So I completely reworked it. I took out every picture of me whenever I was fat, and I left only the most important shit on my profile, like the bare minimum. And then the next day, she accepts my follow. Now, for me, this is huge. This is farther than I get most of the time. I have like 7 pending follow requests. So that's actually goated for me. I was kind of freaking out whenever I saw that. So what do you think would be like a really good way to slide into girls' DMs? What would you say that's very simple, just the first thing to say?
Tried and true is you comment about something on their profile, say something sweet. You don't want to sound like a jerk ever, and then, you know, get to the point. Tell her you like her, tell her you want to take her out, something like that.
Right.
Whatever.
Right. I did something relatively similar to that, I would say. I slid in her DMs. I said, bro, her name from elementary school. That was a little bit weird, but I did that just to kind of like, you know, level the playing field so we're both mutual on who the fuck we are. And then she hits me with the yes, 3 S's, and the double hi. At that point, I thought I was looking at like wedding rings and like if I want a 3-stack or 2-stack cake. I said, oh, I saw you on suggested. You are so pretty. Absolute Curry 4th quarter drain from half court, in my opinion.
I wouldn't expect that from you.
Okay, asshole. That's mean. That's mean. I say, I saw you on suggested. That was an absolute lie, by the way. I pulled that one like 4 fingers deep out of my ass. And then she messages me. This took about, the response time was probably an hour on this. So this is definitely isn't Amazon Prime. But she hits me with the, aw, thank you. It's been so long. How are you? Triple text. Not only does my shot go in, but also she follows up the conversation to continue it.
And one.
Could that have gone better? Could she have could she have said a better response?
No, bro. And it's all situational. Like, the game isn't like set in stone. It's definitely subjective. So like, for her, that could be a very not dry response. Like, she could be totally into the combo. That's just how she texts.
I'm going to take that as a yes. That was a great response. Anyways.
There you go.
I continue the conversation, and I do exactly what you said. I say, like, she was posting a lot about vacations that she took to California. In a bio of one of her posts, she said, like, one day I'll leave for California and never come back. Now, one thing that you know about me, and the viewers might not, is that LA is my favorite place on earth, and that in life I have 2 goals: to be a YouTuber and to buy a house in LA. These are both equally the same. They both equally need to happen, and I will not die until they both happen. These are the 2 things that I care most about. California is my favorite place on earth. yeah. I tell her, I talk about California with her. That shot goes in too. And she continues the conversation. What's so special about LA? At this point, like, genuinely, I'm trying to, like, create an invite list and figure out if I'm going to use, like, cardstock or, like, what kind of paper I'm going to use for the invite. Like, this is unbelievable, unseen bag work. Every single girl who has friend zoned me or that I've ever talked to watches my YouTube videos, and there's a chance that they're watching this now. So they know firsthand that this shit doesn't happen. So I continue, and the conversation just kind of keeps going. I remember I put up another shot too. After I talk about like why I like LA, she's like, yes, I love the weather. This is an issue because she's blocked off the conversation. So I need to kind of put the weight on my back and then bring it back. And so I said, what would you want to do when you move out there? So what this does is sets up a conversation that is directed off what we were already talking about, but then I also throw up another shot. This one might be L, this one might be cringe. Don't give a fuck because it went in. I go, I could see you modeling or something.
I fuck with that. That's cool.
I know.
That's nice. I can't even hate.
And then she hits me with the ugh, I wish, whatever, we'll take that. I would say that that's a shot went in. We keep talking. There's kind of a reoccurring theme though, where she's hitting me with answers to my questions that don't really play into directing the conversation forward. That's a little bit of an issue, but that's okay. That's okay. So I keep directing the conversation, and I'm looking at this like a multiple choice Bethesda game where I'm trying to figure out which dialogue option is going to lead the story in the way that I want to go. Like, this is the most thought that I have ever put into any like conversation that I've ever had with a girl. This is the hardest I've ever. I'm spell checking my shit, and you know me.
Oh, you never do that.
No.
You not even in your YouTube titles.
No, I don't give a shit. I have misspelt more in Joe Bartolozzi thumbnails that have been seen by millions of people than I have talking to this girl. Anyways, she tells me she likes animals. We start talking about animals. This is going pretty well, in my opinion. So we continue going. This has been going on for about a day and a half now. What I'm kind of noticing this reoccurring theme whenever I'm texting her, that she does this thing where I will send a message and then she'll take an hour, 2 hours to respond to it. And then in that time, she'll maybe like post on her Instagram story, or I'll see that she's active on Instagram. And I'm like, she's just seeing how far I'll go. She's just seeing how far I'll go. This is okay. This is okay. One thing about me, Van, I am a man of hope, and I do not lose faith until I get a no. And even then, sometimes I still try to like lie to myself to keep myself going. No sign is too much or too little for me until I get a direct no, until I get a you're ugly, until I get a no, ew. True story. So I continue talking to her, talking about animals, whatever. We get into a important part here. So I was texting her, and for the most part, I would say that I was kind of carrying the conversations. It didn't feel very one-sided. She wasn't giving me dry responses. You can see like a whole ass fucking paragraph here. I'm locked in like that. But I was definitely having to direct a conversation, and the conversation gets to a point where it kind of stops. She's talking about like bringing animals back to life and stuff, and I said, bro, you're gonna be the fucking one to bring back the saber-toothed tiger. She goes, ugh, I wish. Now, the conversation right there naturally ended. It stopped. And so I ring up my friend who's a female, the only female in my phone, and I ask her, what the hell do I do here? What would you have done here?
When the conversation ended?
Yeah.
Man, it depends on the vibe I've got from the past convos.
What she told me to do was she said, leave it. Just stop it. Do not drag it. She said, you have to see if she's going to text you back. And now for me, you got to understand that that is unseen activity in my phone. A female texting me first. I mean, the resurrection probably was more like, or like the second coming of Christ was more likely to happen than that shit, honestly. My friend who told, she told me, she was like, if she texts you and starts a conversation within the next 24 hours on top of everything that's already happened, you are confirmed in there. That's what she told me. This is coming from a female perspective. She said that you are in there if that happens. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't really believe her. I put my phone down and I start watching Adrian Harding. And not 20 minutes goes by after this conversation ends, and she hits me with, so what do you want to do when you get out of high school?
There you go.
Van,
there you go.
Van, I cried. Like, I was literally, you would have thought that I won the lottery the way that I was jumping up and down, like teary-eyed, how happy I was that this happened. So, after my, like, parade in my room, my one-man parade of just jumping up and down with my wireless headphones, I message her, and I'm like, you know, oh, I want to move to LA and do YouTube 100%. I was born to
There
be
you
an
go.
entertainer. Now, this is where we hit a little bit of a dilemma. Before this, she had left me on scent for like an hour, 2 hours, maybe 3. I was on scent for not 3 hours, not 5 hours, not 10 hours, not 20 hours, but about 35 hours.
Because you misspelled YouTube.
You think that's what it was?
Absolutely.
It was literally a mix between RE and ER. African villages went through and then got out of famines in the time it took her to respond to me. I was talking to my friend, and I told him this whole story. And this was whenever we were in the Great Drought. And he told me, he was like, I will block every girl in my phone if she doesn't text you back within 24 hours. This was last night. My friend, he's like 6'2", long hair, curly, 18 basketball player. He's the type of freshman that can fuck a senior. So that actually meant something from him. He said, I'm so confident that she will text you back. I will block every girl in my phone if she doesn't. And I didn't really fully think that this was going to happen. I thought he was kind of being stupid doing that, but I'm not going to, give up the opportunity for my friend to fuck up his bag when he already has more than enough women to go around the entirety of New York City. So I accept his offer, and then I go to bed. And when I wake up, I still haven't gotten a message back. We are still in the Great Drought.
Oh,
And
no.
Van, I am not a religious man. You know this about me. You know that I do not believe in any God. But in that moment, whenever I opened my phone at about 1 p.m., whenever I woke up bright and early,
Crazy.
I put my hands together and I prayed to the man upstairs in full seriousness. I said, God, please put this person in my life. I do not have lustful intentions. My intentions are pure, whatever. You would have thought I was recording a podcast to him, how long I had my hands together. So
This is when the loser or the hero loses hope before the climax.
oh yeah? I finished my prayer as the non-religious man I am. Most of us do that. And not 20 minutes goes by, and she hits me with the, oh, that's fun. I saw your YouTube, lol. You're really good at it, not gonna lie. And I went straight
There you
back to
go.
Forever with Drake. Straight back to Forever. I started crying. This was the happiest moment. This rivaled whenever she started a conversation with me, whenever the Great Drought ended, dude. Oh my God, like the cities rejoiced. The illegal immigrants were allowed back. Trump got out of office. It was like the most sunshine and rainbows day of the entirety of the world. Everybody came together. We signed a peace treaty. Global warming was solved. So was homelessness. That's what it felt like, dude. After the 35 hours of being on scent, in that time, she had gone on Instagram multiple times and posted on her story multiple times, and seemingly probably used her phone a lot in that time. I got my text back. My friend gets to keep all the girls in his phone. After about 35 hours, I text her back within about 2 minutes. I say something purposefully that doesn't fully keep the conversation going because I want to see if she's going to carry the conversation on her back just a little bit the way that I did. Now, me personally, I think I'm in there. We are on another, as of recording this, 7-hour drought and counting, but she did like my one post on Instagram that's just pictures of me. What is your conclusion of this? What do you think the ultimate outcome of this is going to be?
I think the ultimate outcome depends on your outlook upon the situation and what the story is meant to lead.
You just said a bunch of bullshit. That was just filler.
Real shit. Okay. Real shit. I think if she likes you, she'll come to you, man. And there's nothing, there's nothing you could really do to alter that. You could shoot up them shots. You did that. You did your work. You did your work. And now it's just time to let all the rubble fall and just see what's left over.
This isn't the end of a children's book, dog. We don't need these analogies.
It is. Okay, you're talking about how it's the end of homelessness and world hunger, and you're mad about the rubble analogy? Fix yourself. But seriously, though, I think if she's meant to come your way, she's gonna come your way.
I really, really, really want this one to work so badly, bro. The amount of reels that I keep seeing, Instagram's got to be tapped into your brain to some extent, because the amount of reels that I've seen of like me whenever I shoot a shot with someone out of my league and it goes in, or me whenever I send a risky like the amount of bullshit that I've seen related to like talking to a female on my fucking Instagram, it's getting a little bit ridiculous. But at the same time, that's gotta be a good sign. And one more thing I want to say, that friend who has told me, coached me through this, been my sensei throughout all of this, has every single time perfectly predicted what was going to happen. She'll go, this is going to happen. I'm already knowing I'm the thinker and this is what she's going to say, or I'm already knowing she's going to respond. And every time she's been
the thinker.
And every time she's been right, and she told me that I am going to bag here, that this will ultimately work. So if history repeats itself here, which it's looking like it might, don't mind the 7-hour drought. I think I might have finally done it. Now, important note, making a YouTube video about this is probably not the move. Might sell my bag entirely.
Especially since she has her YouTube channel.
But if it's meant to be, like you said, it's meant to be.
There you go.
And if she's watching this right now, I make about $4,000 a month. Please, for the love of God, do not block.
If you have an older sister, hit me up.
We're gonna cut that one. Editor, we're gonna keep that one out. Okay, this message is directed towards the female that this video is in question about, on the off chance she sees this. Number one, this video is supposed to be lighthearted and a joke. I'm not trying to dox you or make you uncomfortable by putting this shit up. If you want me to take this down, I'll do it. I don't think it's a big deal. I made sure everything was blurred, but if you don't want this here, just let me know. Number two, my jawline in real life is way better. My acne is non-existent. That's a camera bug. And my teeth are a lot white, like way whiter in real life. Number three, the comment about me making $4,000 a month, that wasn't a joke. I'm honest. I don't like talking about my money, but I need to pull every string in the bags to get this to work.